How Tia Lola Came to Stay by Julia Alvarez. Chapter 2. Benvenidas, Tia Lola. Miguel cannot believe how much luggage his aunt had brought from the Dominican Republic. Two big suitcases covered in plastic wrap. Para la seguridad, Tia Lola explained. For more security? Her She raised her eyebrows as if the crown jewels are packed inside. A box with the pinatas, which Tila Lola says they should save for a special occasion. A duffel bag full of gifts from their cousins, aunts, and uncles. A tube with a rolled up Dominican flag inside. A flowered carpet bag with Tila Lola's cositas, for this is it and that's. Miguel looked at the pile of luggage, which he had helped unload from the car. How long did you say you were staying, Tila Lola? He asked. Que dia, dice. Tila Lola wanted to know what Miguel had asked. Miguel shakes his head and picks up a bag. He starts a long trek up the stairs to the room they had fixed up for his aunt. The next day, Tia Lola is still unpacking. No sabe que traer, she explained. She didn't know what to bring, so she brought a little of everything. First, Tia Lola unpacked a small case she had carried by hand. It was full of makeup and rollers and earrings, and several jars with odd ingredients, which Mommy says are probably potions. Tucked at the bottom is a bottle of agua de Florida, which Tia Lola sprinkles around the room. What'd she do that? Miguel asked his mother. It's good luck water, explained Mommy. Tia Lola is sometimes something of a santeria. It's like a doctor who works with magic instead of medicine. Can I tell the kids in school? Juanita asked. Her face is full of excitement, as if she had just learned she has a relative who came over on the Mayflower. Please, Mummy, tell her not to, Miguel pleads. All he needs is for his new classmates to find out he has a nut case for a relative. Tita Lola unpacked her bright summer dresses and her black hat with a veil. She unpacked half a dozen pairs of high heels to match all the different colors of her outfit, and a dozen bright penullas to wrap around her head like a turban when she was working her magic. Her closet looked like a midsummer flower garden. She unpacked her marcadas and tambos to make music in case there's a fiesta. She puts on her castanets and clocks around her room, stomping her feet as if she was throwing a tantrum. Their mother and Juanita join in, acting goofy. Isn't she fun? Her mother kept asking Miguel. Tita Lola unpacked bags of cafe and brown sugar, which go up on the kitchen shelves. Her spices, hierba buena, oregano, anise, giros de guambana, hang from the rafters. She also brings along her guaya to grate uh, huevas to shape in the flat and casa loaves. The huevos look like an oversized grater, and the buenas like a large smooth stone. Tita Lola verdura seeds are put in a pot to germinate. Ah, que bueno, Miguel's mother claps her hands. We'll have real Dominican cooking in Vermont. We'll have to invite Ruby over. She is helping Tia Lola drape her mandala across the window. It looks like a beautiful black spider web with a bright red rose pinned to the center. As they work, they dance to one of Tia Lola's mirgas on the stereo. Juanita follows along, moving her hips. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Isn't she fun? Their mother keeps asking. I guess, Miguel muttered. And then, because his mother's looking straight at him, he adds, she's lots of fun, Mommy. Miguel had to admit there's one totally fun thing about Tita Lola. She tells great stories. None of Tio Lola's stories sound exactly true, but Miguel doesn't care. While he listens, he feels as if he isn't in Vermont at all, but in a magical world where anything can happen. In fact, what is most magical is how, even though in his daily conversation with Tio Lola, Miguel sometimes doesn't understand Tio Lola's Spanish still. When she tells stories, Miguel seems to understand every word. Habla un ver, Tio Lola begins. Once upon a time, Miguel feels a secret self, different from his normal everyday self, rising up like a steam from a boiling kettle into the air and disappearing inside Tio Lola's stories. Every night, Tita Lola gathers Miguel and Juanita into her bedroom, while their mother takes some time to herself or makes phone calls or continues unpacking boxes still stacked in the attic. Tita Lola tells them all about their large and exciting Dominican family. She tells about their uncles with 6 fingers who can do anything with his hands, and about their great grandmother who could read the future from looking at the strands in a coffee cup, and about their cousins who once befriended a ciguapo with pastillos, little fritters filled with ground meat. As for ciguapos, they are beautiful, mysterious creatures who come out at night, but no one can ever catch them. They have a special secret. The ciguapa's feet are on backwards, so they leave footprints in the opposite direction of where they are going. The next weekend, since he had no friends here, nothing better to do, Miguel tries out that trick in the snow. His footprints look haywire and messy, like someone stumbled around, but they do not look like Guapo's footsteps. One afternoon, two of Miguel's classmates show up at the front door. In the car, the mother of one of the boys waits, peering up at the old gravelled house. The boys are collecting money for the town's little league team. Come spring, they will need equipment and uniforms. Wow, Miguel said. I'd really like to be on that team. You should try out, one of the boys says. The taller one, named Dean. He has bright blue eyes that Miguel's father would call ultramarine, and a wide grin his mother would call trouble with a capital T. As the boys stand in the mudroom talking, Tia Lola walks up in her striking heels, white turban, holding up a plate with smoking embers. She has already cleansed the basement, is on her way upstairs. She wants to cast out any bad spirits and attract good spirits and magical ciguapas from the island. The boy's mouth drop. Who's that? The smaller boy, Sam asked. His fine blond hair stands and naturally from electricity, but now he looks as if he has just had a terrible fright. Miguel, Miguel turns his head and looks, then shrugs as if no one is there. As the boys hurry down the front steps, Miguel hears Dean say, I bet it was a ghost. My mom says this old house, is haunted. Miguel shuts the door and leans against it, his face pale as if he has seen a ghost. When he looks up, Tio Lola is looking back at him. That night, a snowstorm blows in. When Miguel glances out the window the next morning, flakes are still falling in the light by the porch. Downstairs, Tio Lola is not at breakfast. Good news, Juanita says, as Miguel hits down. No school today. I do not have to go to work, their mother reminds them. I'm so glad Tita Lola is here, so I don't have to worry about you. Where is she anyways? Their mother glanced up at the clock. She usually is up at this hour. She seems a little sad last night. She wouldn't tell us a story, Miguel admits. Do you hurt her feelings? Since she is at a psychologist, their mother always guesses everything that happens has to do with people's feelings. How could I hurt her feelings? Miguel said, trying not to sound annoyed by his mother. Her feelings are awfully sensitive these days. I don't know enough Spanish to hurt Tila Lola's feelings. Tila Lola is a special person, Miguel's mother observes. She can tell the secret feelings in a person's heart. Miguel's mother gives him a look as if she can tell what's in his heart. The truth is, Miguel has mixed feelings about having Tia Lola around. She is fun, but he sure doesn't think having her here will improve his chances of making new friends. Why can't Tia Lola act more like his teacher, Miss Proti, who speaks without moving her jaw and is so proper that she says, "Pardon me," before she sneezes? Or like Farmer Becky, their shy next door neighbor, who dresses in a white pullover sweater as if she wants to blend in with the sheep she shears and tends. Or even like their mother's new friend, Stargrace, who, although she wears fanciful long skirts, dangly earrings, and speaks in a soft voice in order not to stir up negative energies. You have to love people for who they are, his mother is saying. Then they will become all they can be. That sounds like a riddle, but it makes sense. When Miguel first started playing baseball, Papi always said, "Great swing, Miguel," or "Nice try," even when Miguel missed the ball. Over time, his playing actually got better because of Papi's encouragement. Remember, his father continues, Tila Lola might be a little homesick. She needs to feel really welcomed. Miguel looked down at his cereal. Today he has gotten the blue bowl. He is sorry that he has made Tila Lola feel unwelcome. He knows what that feels like. At school, an older kid in his class named Mort has nicknamed him Gooseman because that's what Miguel's last name is, Guzman. Sounds like that in English. Now other kids are calling him Quack, Quack, Quack whenever they pass him in the hallway. Maybe they are trying to be funny, but it makes him feel embarrassed and unwelcome. What's the word for welcome in Spanish? Miguel asked his mother. Benvenido, for a man. For a man. Benvenida, for a woman. His mother spelled out the word. Why do you ask? Well, I got a great idea, Nita. I'll need your help. Juanita nods. She loves to be included in her brother's great ideas. She doesn't even have to know what they are ahead of time. The snow is deep, almost to their knees. Miguel trogs down the back field, keeping close to the fence line. The sun has broken through the clouds all around him. The field is fresh and unspoiled by footsteps, sparkling with a diamond of light. He starts by walking in a straight line, kicking the snow on either side. Then he walks in a half circle, out and back in a straight line, then out and back again, every step of the way. He has to imagine what each mark will look like from the house. He thinks of his father in New York. Although he works setting up department store windows at night, Papa really loves his painting. Today, Miguel feels closest he has felt to his father since his mother and Juanita and he moved to Vermont. He is an artist like his father by working on a larger canvas. He is trying to create something that will have the same results, making somebody happy. At one point he glanced up. He thinks he sees his little sister waving. It is her job to keep Tita Lola from looking out the window. The sun is right above his head when Miguel is done. Inside the house smells of something delicious baking in the oven. Tita Lola has prepared a special pizza with lots of cheese, black beans, and a tasty sausage that she had brought from the island. Pizza Dominica, Tia Lola calls it. Bien profico, she adds. It is what she always says before they eat. Their mother had told them it is a sort of like wishing someone a happy meal. Tita Lola got to teach Ruby how to make this, Miguel said to his sister as Tita Lola serves them a third slice. Pizza Tita Lola, he renames it in honor of his aunt. When they all finished eating, Miguel announced there is a surprise for his aunt in the backyard. Para mí? Tia Lola says, pointing to herself. Miguel can see the color coming back into her cheeks, the sparkle in her eye. The beauty mark that was above her lip on the right side is now on the left side. Tia Lola tends to forget little things like that. It winks like a star. Miguel leads the way up the stairs to the landing. They line up at the big picture window and look out the snowy field where large letters spell out Benvenido Tia Lola. Tia Lola claps her hands and hugs Miguel. Who says I did it? Who says I did it? Miguel said. Juanita and Tita Lola look at him, surprised. Miguel points to the tail on the A of Lola. Tracks head towards the letter instead of away from them. Maybe the Siguapas had followed Tita Lola to Vermont. Ah, Miguelito! Tita Lola kisses and hugs him all over again. Tu eres tan vendido. You are fun too, Miguel says. This time he meant it.